Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Runaway Trains. Happy 4th of July, everybody. We have a special train here we want to talk about today. Wherever you guys are celebrating, if you want to just take a second and enjoy some trains while you're sipping your Kool-Aid or whatever you're doing, this is our Bachmann Bicentennial train here. Drake, why don't you tell us a little bit about this?
Well, the engine, we got that from the train shack for only $5.
Well, they had like a box full of engines there that day, right?
Yep.
And
They did.
you can see it says Seaboard Coastline, and you've got the presidential seal on there and the American flag. If you notice, that flag has the stars on the right side. Now, I believe anybody in the military probably knows that when you're marching forward, that flag goes stars first. Is that why? Maybe somebody can leave a comment about that. At least that's what I heard. It kind of makes sense to me, that the flag would be moving forward, stars first. And we're just going to go down the consist here. We've got 6 of those 51-foot box cars, and each one has a different image associated with the bicentennial, with American history and Independence Day. You think bicentennial was the 200 year of America, 1776 to 1976. And then we've also got this Spirit of 76 caboose at the end. Now, I don't know if that's what originally came with the train. When I looked online today, I noticed that the original bicentennial train by Bachmann only had 4 box cars. So somewhere down the line, somebody had picked up 2 extra cars online or in the stores or whatever, and it ended up in our local store, and we got them all.
And these were only $5.
They were like $5 per car, and I was like, yeah, we gotta get that, man. That's
because we have the engine.
We had the engine already, and then when we saw these cars, we were like, wouldn't that make like a cool train? We got these a few months ago. We were already thinking about the 4th of July video.
Yeah, and I also noticed the Amtrak cars. Red, white, and blue.
That's right. Amtrak, meaning American track, right?
American and track.
So let's come up here to the first car here. Benjamin Franklin. Now, when I was a kid, I was really influenced by Benjamin Franklin, all the different things that he did as an inventor. He's the guy who invented bifocals. So if you're like struggling to see this on your phone or your computer and you're pulling your glasses out, you got this guy to thank for your bifocals or whatever. But Benjamin Franklin, I'll just read what it says here. Heroes of the American Revolution. Benjamin Franklin, printer, author, diplomat, philosopher, scientist. And then there's a little slogan there, and I'm going to get my bifocals out now to read that. And it says, there is no such thing as a good war or a bad peace. And then underneath that, you see BLT 3-75 Bachmann. And I won't be reading that on any eye chart very soon without my bifocals. Drake, what do we have on the next train here? Can you see what that says?
Independence Hall.
Independence Hall. That's cool. And you could see the cars they're red, they're blue. We tried to alternate them, red, blue. And then they have like the white stripes on them. So Independence Hall, America's heritage, site of the Second Continental Congress in May 1775, where George Washington was made commander-in-chief. Here, John Hancock signed the Declaration of Independence, traditional home of the Liberty Bell. I remember being a kid going from New Jersey to Philadelphia. That was a big deal on a school trip, field trip, and we actually went and I saw the real Liberty Bell, and everybody just wanted to see the crack in it, and that was like the big lure. We got to see the crack in the Liberty Bell. And we're going to move down the line here. If you guys have any bicentennial stories or American stories like that, leave them in the comments. We're proud of our country. We're proud where we come from. Me as an American whose roots are in England and Ireland, I still love the country I'm from, and I love the country where my ancestors were from. So, yeah, you can be from anywhere in the world and still be an American. Here we have Thomas Jefferson. He was the author of the Declaration of Independence. Heroes of the American Revolution. Our third president from 1801 to 1809. The God who gave us life gave us liberty at the same time. I mean, these are heavy statements, man. These guys were the rock stars of their time. And Thomas Jefferson, in recent years, you hear all this controversy about, the forefathers and people in history in America who are maybe held up as heroes, and as we learn about them, we were taught that they're heroes. And then you hear that they were just human and they did some things that were maybe questionable and, not, of the principles maybe that we all stood for and stuff. But, as a country, we're trying to get better and better and better every year, just as we are as people. So remember that, folks. We can make mistakes and we can ask for forgiveness. And as long as we are trying our best to do better every time, that's what counts. Here's the Liberty Bell. Can you guys hear it tolling in the background there? I'm going to move this star out of the way here. Liberty Bell. Like I said, we were all waiting to see the crack in the Liberty Bell. Drake, how big do you think the Liberty Bell is?
Probably really big.
It was pretty big. I want to say maybe it was like 6 feet tall or something like that. And I don't know, as a sixth grade kid, when I saw it in 1976, I maybe only stood 4 feet tall or something at that time. So to me, it looked gigantic. And I'm going to come in here a little close, get the bifocals out a little bit here. America's heritage. Cast in 1752 in London and rung on July 8th, 1776, bears the inscription, "Proclaim liberty throughout all the land and unto all the inhabitants thereof." Last rung in 1846 on George Washington's birthday. I didn't know that. How about that? Drake was asking about, British trains. Should we show some British trains? And I was like, well, America on the 4th of July, what it symbolizes is gaining our independence from England and from the Crown's rule over the colonies and the states here and stuff. And I was like, maybe we just stick to the American trains today.
Yeah.
Nothing against the British. We love the British. Like I was saying, that's our roots here,
Yeah, I mean, I'm a modeler that collects British and American trains, but since today's 4th of July...
Yeah, maybe on Guy Fawkes Day we'll do like a British train thing or something.
On 4th of July we have to do all American.
Yeah. Moving on down the line here. Here's the great document, Declaration of Independence, July 4th, 1776. So, that bicentennial was in 1976. Now, coming up in 2026, there's going to be the 250-year anniversary of America. And I forget what they call that. It's called like the quincentennial or something. If anybody knows what that is, leave it in the comments. I don't want to seem stupid or something, but I remember it was kind of weird to pronounce it. So that's why I can't remember it. I need to maybe say it 5 or 10 times to memorize what it is. But it's the 250-year anniversary coming up in 2 years. So we'll probably be back here, Drake, won't we, in 2 years with all of our red, white, and blue trains, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let me read what that says to you there. America's heritage. Declaration of Independence adopted on July 4th, 1776. Written largely by Thomas Jefferson. The statement of America's basic political principles. The great apologia of the American Revolution. And that says Boyd. But that word apologia is like a defense of your beliefs or a defense of what your opinions are. So that's our Declaration of Independence right there. We're going to move on down. We've got one more boxcar. And, why did we put George Washington at the end when he was the first president? I don't know. It just ended up that way. where I grew up in New Jersey, Elizabeth, New Jersey, was famous because our town was known as the crossroads of the Revolution. And everybody who was important at that time had come through our town in the 1700s there. Our town goes back to 1664, but during the American Revolution, there were actually skirmishes that were fought in my hometown and stuff. And there was a famous Boxwood Hall in Belcher Mansion. They would have a sign out front, George Washington slept here. And that was my town's claim to fame, folks. That our great American first president, George Washington, slept in a bed in our hometown. So that's really what that says. Heroes of the American Revolution. George Washington, Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. First President. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. I mean, these slogans, these quotes are just so awesome. I mean, they are the principles that our country was built on and that every person should live by, I guess, you know. I don't want to sound like I'm like the big guy who knows what he's talking about, but that's just my personal feelings. And then, of course, at the end there, we have that cool
Spirit of 7076.
Spirit of 76, the caboose there. And I don't know what that says. 183 safety first is what it says on there. But that's our bicentennial train there. Have any of you other folks out there seen these Bachmann Bicentennial trains? I don't know. It just seemed like a good thing for us to have in our collection. And we're going to run it out onto our line here and wish everybody a wonderful and happy 4th of July. Enjoy your day today, whatever you're doing, fireworks, barbecue. Be safe, everybody. Thanks so much for watching Runaway Trains. We'll see you again on the next run.